Well, people, it is Friday, and it's a serious Friday. It's 9/5 of 2025, 5:23 in the PM. Let's say it together. Praise our God from whom all blessings flow. I was out in Bellwood today. Bellwood, Illinois is a western suburb, about 25-minute drive from downtown Chicago. On a good day, I was live because there is a detention center there, and I covered the story a little bit late from the actual physical protest of people being there. I did show that on a previous video, but I'm like, I got to get out there, see what's going to materialize, and I'm glad I did. I appreciate you guys' support. But check this out. I want you to see what transpired, then we're going to go from there. All things immigration, including what's happening to the kids. What is happening to the kids? These are the type of things that I talked about when I did my live show. You have illegals that have been here like 2 blocks from where I stay at. They've been here 2 years. And over 25%, maybe 30% of these girls, or families, they have kids. And there was money made off of kids. That is, there were kids that were sent over here with no parents. I did a video on this months ago, but it's time to do it again in that perspective. Kids, money was paid, they're here, and now Trump is trying to sort them out as to where do they go? Who do they belong to? Should we send them back? Should we not? People, what a crazy situation we find ourselves in America. And again, all the money that Biden squandered along with Congress and illegally against our Constitution, we got to call it like it is. Our commander-in-chief back in the day made this problem, and the purse is in the hands of Congress, bringing them over on boats, by train, they're walking, even bringing them over here late at night when you and I were asleep through the plane. All that money that could have been used for housing, poor people, sickness, sponsor programs. Now we're flipping it. We're trying to correct, trying to make the right wrong, trying to make the wrong right. It's crazy, but let's get into it. Check it out.
Good morning. Protesters are on the move outside the facility, but we have a sit-in happening right at the driveway at the facility. There was some activity, some dramatic activity that happened here earlier. Keisha Lee was part of it. There was a vehicle that tried to enter this driveway here. Mm-hmm. You were able to block that vehicle. What were you hoping to achieve?
Yeah, we're hoping to literally stop the process that's happening here. Like, very unapologetically, we believe this place has no place in our community, and we want to say, as community members, are for it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who was driving that vehicle, but they were masked. They had a hood on.
Yeah, they're masked because they're ashamed, right? This was a job they felt proud of. They wouldn't feel masked. They didn't get new jobs.
It got a little tense at one moment. That car was very close to you.
Yes, it is a frightening. Like, it does feel like this place is not interested in preserving human life, so they protect ours. So I am scared out here, honestly, but I have the option to be here, so I will. Mm-hmm.
How long do you think you'll be in this position?
Until we feel like it's good to move. Who's to say?
Mm-hmm. The Broadview police were here.
Yeah.
It seemed like they were able to keep things peaceful.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're hoping that the police distance themselves from ICE because they can. They have that option. They don't have to collaborate.
Mm-hmm. And I did see that there was some activity at the front door. That's where people enter to go to work.
So people are trying to go to work. Mm-hmm.
But are we trying to stop them, or?
You know, stopping them going to work is one thing. I think we want them to feel like their community not stand with them as they go in there.
Mm-hmm. Keisha Lee, thank you so much.
So this is what transpired. They were literally blocking. I don't think as it progresses, they're going to be able to do that. It's called obstruction, people. And this is federal, which means you could go straight to jail. And I hope they understand what they're getting into. It's just not your regular Dr. King, I have a dream protest, and you're not, you just gather together. This one here, not to say that the Dr. King didn't have situations where they were literally doing things in a more physical attribute for a while, but people, this is a new day. This is a, and people, let me make it clear. This is a new sheriff. That's the best way to say it. This is a new sheriff. This is Trump. This is not Biden. Although I do believe they're playing good cop, bad cop, this is not the time to get out there and put yourself in a position. But hey, what's done is done. Now what ICE did, they brought the detainees in at 4 o'clock in the morning, when they normally bring them in from 7 to 9. So didn't too much get blocked. What happened when I was there, 3 vans came a little bit later after the protesters were gone. Smooth operator, right, Sade? Now check this out. Here I am, ICE Detention Center in Broadview. This is me covering the story. Check it out. Of many, and I'm sure they have other ones that they're going to utilize. So we're going to see how things are going to mushroom and how things are going to develop, how they're going to evolve this year. And I've called Chicago a test city. This is a suburb. This is Broadview. And what you have, this could have been us, people. This could have been us. The way the authorities have done this thing, I think, is very inhuman. They got these people, they open up the door for these people to come in. And now a lot of them are going to be put in these detention camps. I'm not saying all of them are good. The ones who were bad should have never come over. But if Biden had done the law the way it was supposed to have been done, we wouldn't be in this fix. When I got home, a friend of mine texted me, and I told her, I says, look, I forgot to mention this, and I'm going to jar you guys' memory. Did you see videos and read and listen to people who said that not only were relatives letting other relatives from America to whatever country they were from, get this, cell phone, debit card, a translator, and a map. You heard me. This is what Biden did. Gave these people to look. They didn't know how to get to America. So many of them, they had guides. They were given a cell phone, a translator, a map, a debit card. Come on, man. And now people, and when I call off these things, I think about the people that I see. When I was working full time doing security, I had 60 buildings that I had to monitor late at night for a security company. I did this for years. And people, I'm telling you, I've seen the good, bad, and ugly of this big city, of Chicago. How many homeless people I would see out in the street that could have used this money. But we doing this thing, trying to deal with this illegal problem that Biden and Congress brought over here. This is just crazy. It's crazy. We're probably talking $500 million in the last couple of years spent on this stuff, when it could have been spent on the homeless, right? And the lower middle class, and all types of services for us. This is what I'm mad about, to be honest with you. When it really comes down to it, that's what I'm really pissed about, is that our monies don't be used on us every day. I don't care what color you are. America first. And now we're using money again to right the wrong. And how long does this musical chairs last? I don't know, but I'm going to cover the story. But yeah, this is live. I'll probably be back out here again. The law enforcement is coming back again, so I'm going to, here's the police just rode by. So the, I don't know if this is Homeland Security or whatever, blue. In fact, there is a van coming right now. See that? They're bringing in illegals. They're bringing in immigrants. They're bringing in immigrants. This is a detention center. This is the third van where they bring in detention. They bring them here for processing, okay? This is what they do. They won't leave the gate open long because they don't want you to see what's going on, respectfully, but they bring the people in, they bring the immigrants in, they get out of the van, and they process them. This is one of the staging or holdings places that they have in Illinois. I'm in Broadview, Illinois, which is about a 20-minute drive from downtown. And people, you know how it go, right? You bring them in. You're gonna literally take a photograph, look for any certain scars on them, and tattoos. That way you can identify them later on if they come back up in here. You're gonna take fingerprints, the whole 9 yards. Find out where they're from, and you're gonna send them back. And then you're gonna bring in another group. Do the whole thing again, the processing, and then bring in another group. You're probably talking hundreds of thousands of people. People, what a situation we find ourselves in. Now look at this here. This is JR Investigate. Here's a raid that took place yesterday, right, in Atlanta, Georgia. 475 people arrested at a plant. Now, you know this had to be bait, right? The powers that be had to let this thing grow so they could pounce on them. Now, from the information I've done, is that they're saying none of these illegals work directly for Hyundai. They were contracted out. Yeah, come on, man. It don't make no difference. When you contract out, you pay a company to pay illegals. It's still you. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I did hear something in the past that Trump said he's going to be fining these American companies that are harboring illegals. So I don't think it matters whether it's directly you're employing them or through a contractor. You still employing them. Somebody gonna take a penalty. So hey, people, when you look, 475 people. Can you look? I want you to put your thinking hat on. Can you imagine how many employers and employees are going to react between now and the end of the month? There's a job, and somebody put it in the chat when I was doing this video. There's some jobs available, people. You hear me? It might not be the job you want. 475 arrests in Georgia. You know, look, people. This ain't the Flintstone era. This ain't Barney Five and Jed Clampett back in the day, the Beverly Hillbillies. We got phone. We got internet. Everybody and their mama was in Atlanta on the phone right now. Girl, did you hear about that? Man, did you hear about that? They're calling people in other states. Anybody who's harboring an illegal, anybody got illegal working for them, baby, they thinking, man, should I take this risk? This is getting serious. It's getting serious. It's getting serious, people. I don't know what's going to happen. I pray that there are enough Americans who will go back to work, because I got some job numbers coming. It is not looking good, but hey, I'm going on record to say it's going to be a lot of people scrambling right about now. Check this out.
Talking about this crazy raid that happened. This is the biggest ever. 475 people taken into custody. Check it out.
Look at them running, people. Wow. Ain't that something? Lord have mercy. Look at this, people. Look at this. Look at this.
Homeland Security will search over the whole site. We need construction to cease immediately. We need all work to end on the site right now.
All the work on the site has to end right now.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Trank. I'm the Special Agent in charge of Homeland Security Investigation for the state of Georgia. And behind me today, Homeland Security Investigations agents, along with ICE ERO, the FBI, DEA, ATF, CBP, U.S. Marshals, and Georgia State Patrol conducted a judicially authorized enforcement operation.
The workers were arrested in an immigration raid at a Hyundai battery plant and Georgia.
And as Connor Hansen explained, South Korean officials are alarmed by the arrest after the country pledged billions of dollars to invest in the U.S.
Federal agents arrested 475 workers after raiding a sprawling Hyundai EV battery factory under construction in Georgia. Most of them are South Koreans who were subcontractors in the country illegally, according to investigators.
Together, we are sending a clear and unequivocal message that those who exploit our workforce, undermine our economy, and violate federal laws will be held accountable.
Those arrested were handed over to ICE and brought to a detention center. Hyundai says none of them were direct employees. It's the largest raid so far as the Trump administration ramps up immigration enforcement.
Can you spell crackdown? Now check this out. Here's another part of it.
Jillian, it was reportedly chaos yesterday. We now know ICE detained 475 illegal immigrants here, and Homeland Security says it's all part of a deep investigation into illegal workers. Now, this mega plant is huge. It's on thousands of acres, so we can't get close to the construction site where this all happened, but HSI says the raid was extensive and successful.
This was not a immigration operation where agents went into the premises, rounded up folks, and put them on buses. The employees worked for a variety of different companies that were on the site. It was not just the parent company, but also subcontractors.
No charges have been filed against these illegal immigrants yet, but law enforcement cars from several agencies were lining these streets yesterday. People inside the Hyundai plant at the time told local reporters ICE came in with multiple military vehicles. They say the feds scoured through cars, people were running, hopping fences, and buses filled with people were seen leaving the site. Now this...
Wow. Now check this out. Here's the part with the kids. Very heartbreaking, very heartbreaking. Check it out.
News alert troubling findings show thousands of migrant children were given to unvetted sponsors under President Biden. Fox News has an exclusive look at the federal team working to find them now. Brooke Taylor is live in Dallas. She's got the latest for us. Good morning, Brooke.
Hi, Dana. Yeah, this team was created in March to fulfill one of President Trump's key campaign promises that he enlisted border czar Tom Homan with, which is to find the tens of thousands of unaccompanied minors who crossed the border and were ultimately lost in the system under the Biden administration.
We found kids in very deplorable conditions, very dirty conditions. We